Janie. Welcome back to The Bookworms, buddy. I have my first book haul for February. I actually bought these books in January, but I wanted just to wait for February because I already had a book haul for January. And I'm kind of cutting those down to like once a month. But I did have a meetup with Susan. And of course, as always, we had a fantastic time. We had some lunch and then books and coffee afterwards. So I did find several books from there, some books on the sales rack and books that I was needing. And also I've been picking up some books from our Dollar General. They've been having some pretty good books for $1. And it was kind of amazing to me. So I would pick them up. And let's just get started on this. So from Dollar General, I picked up this book, The Princetta. This is by Anne-Laure Bondeau. I liked the cover, and the back of it was pretty. She is going to be part of an arranged marriage, and she doesn't like that idea. So she stows away on a cargo ship and finds herself in much more trouble when she's captured by pirates. So I thought this sounded interesting, and I figured I would give it a try. So I picked that one up. The next we got here is Ruling Passion, which is a vampire bind-up. This has Hearts at Stake, Blood Feud, Out for Blood by Alexander Harvey. I don't really enjoy modern vampire stories, but I figured I'd give it a try. It was only $1. It's actually, 3 books in one, so I figured not really much to lose on that. The next one we got here is The Tangled Bridge by Rhodey Hawk. Also for $1. This one is, I'm not entirely sure. It's a family of power or something, and the main character is a psychologist. Her name is Madeline LeBlanc, and she's trying to escape the menace that has followed her family for a century. And then some people in her family are chasing this young boy, or trying to capture. They're hunting him because he could ruin something, threaten their bloodline. So I don't know. I'm gonna guess that this guy maybe has a relationship with Madeline. I don't know. So anyway, I thought it sounded interesting, so I picked it up. The next one we've got here is Long Time No See by Dermot Healy. And this one I don't really know. It says it's funny, sad, wild, tender, profound, and brilliant. It is Irish, an Irish story, so that's probably why I picked it up. So yeah, I got that one. And the last one I got here for $1 was Invisibility by Andrea Kramer and David Levithan. I think I just saw Jen over at St. Jen's Library talking about this book, and I was like, oh, I just picked that up from Dollar General for $1. Yeah, so there's that one. Those are my Dollar General books. This next one I've got is a review book that I have to get done. This is called Beyond the Silence by Tracy Peterson and Kimberly Woodhouse. I got this through, I want to say it was Bethany House that I got this book through. So I'm not really sure what this one's about. It's been a while since it's like the beginning of January since this was sitting here, so I kind of forgot what it's about. So I have that one to do for review. Now onto the books that I got from the Meetup with Susan. So let's get started. This first one we got here is Tiger's Quest by Colleen Houck. This is book 2 in the series though, but I loved the cover. I just thought it was beautiful. This gold trim and stuff on here was really pretty. And even if you can see this, that trim is embossed in the cover here. You can kind of see it, kind of not. So I picked that one up. The next one we got here is Autumn Purification by David Moody. This is part of the Autumn series. I want to say this is book 4. Anyway, it is a zombie series, and I plan on getting that one read this year. Next one we picked up here is by P.D. James, which is The Private Patient. This is Adam Dalglish mystery. So I'll have to look that up and see what number this is in the series. I did read a P.D. James book last year. Absolutely loved it. So now I try to pick up the books that I find. And that book that I read last year was part of a series, and I do have the next book in the series for that one, but this one is not part of that. But this is part of another mystery. The next one we got here is called Blue Time, The Master Song by Andrew Maloney. Loved the cover, and it sounded really good too. Its setting is in Ireland. 5 teenagers suddenly find themselves lost, separated, and unprepared for a dangerous quest beyond the veil into Moorsden Forest. A secret hidden from ours. There they must learn to grow, learn to trust, learn to fight, learn to sacrifice, learn to love in order to rediscover the first of the 7 jewels that contains the ancient verses of the Master Song. So it sounded really interesting. Obviously, it's a fantasy. I'm thinking it's young adult fantasy, so I should be able to handle this one just fine. The next one we got here is The American Heiress by Daisy Goodwin. Loved the cover on this one too. This was on the sales rack along with this one. And I believe this was on the sales rack as well as that hardback I showed you guys. The next one we got here is Indelible by Karen Slaughter. This is from Grant County. I am going to be reading that series this year, so I'm looking forward to getting into it. I just hope it's not going to be disappointing because I like the Will Trent series so much, because this is by Karen Slaughter, so looking forward to getting started on that. The next one we got here is The Emerald's Atlas by John Stevens. This book was part of my Pick 5, or is part of my Pick 5 challenge for Macos. The only book that I found at our bookstore was this one, but I love the cover of it. They also had book number 2, but I figured I would read this first one and see if I like it first before I go and buy the next one. So there's that one. The next one we got here is Tell No One by Harlan Coben. This is one of his standalones, I believe. And I also think this was on the... No, it wasn't on the sales rack. I had this one down in my phone. So there's that one. Next one we got here is A Beautiful Evil by Kelly Keaton. This is book number 2 to Darkness Becomes Her. This is a series my husband is reading, and he's already read this book before he even hauled it. So yeah, this is book number 2. If you can see this picture on the back there is Darkness Becomes Her. I think there's 4 books to this series, so he managed to find this one at the used bookstore. And the last one we've got here is Others by James Herbert. This is the #1 chiller writer, they say. And me and Susan both bought a copy of this so we can have a buddy read or read along for whoever wants to join us. We've got to set that up still. I'm thinking maybe this month we'll get to this book, or March. I don't know, either one. So yeah, it looked interesting. It's a thriller, kind of horror-ish, I guess, because it says he's a #1 chiller writer, and it's something to do with demons and stuff. So yeah, plus there's a little bit of mystery mixed in there too. So that is my first book haul for February. I don't know if I'll have any more for this month or not, but if you've read any of these books, let me know in the comments below and we will talk about it. Thanks guys for staying tuned, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye.